Okay, so this is EOC quiz number 3. And so we're going to work this first one by hand, and then I'll also show you how you can work this in the calculator to check your work. So your first step let me zoom in, that's a little low. There we go. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is distribute. And remember, you have to distribute to everything. So that becomes 7 squared, x to the 6, because a power to a power you multiply, times x to the 4th. Now, please, please, please do not do 14. That is 7 times 7, not 7 times 2. Go ahead and cross off 14 right away. 49, x to the 6 times x to the 4th. Remember, when we multiply, we add our exponents. So 6 plus 4 is 10. Answer is B. Now let's work in our calculator. And we're going to type this into Y1. This is how we check it. And you're going to have to do parentheses and all sorts of things. 7x, what did I hit? Let's try this again. 7x raised to the 3rd power. Make sure you hit that arrow to come back down out of the exponent. Raised to the 2nd power. Parentheses, x raised to the 8th. And again, make sure you come out of that exponent. Close parentheses, raised to the. Now, guys, when you have a fraction up in that parenthesis, or up in that exponent, please put it in parentheses. So that is in Y1. And now I'm going to type in each answer choice to Y2 and see if my table matches. We already know it's not A, but we're going to go ahead and check it. 14x raised to the 10th. Let's look at my table. Do they match? Even with those weird E's. And we can go back to window and make it 1. Look at those. Do they match? Not at all. Let's go back to y equals and check out B. 49x raised to the 10. And do they match? Absolutely. Even with the weird funky numbers, they still match. So you know your answer is B. Okay, let's check this one. Number 2. The area of a rectangle is 54x to the 9th, y to the 8th square yards. Guys, square yards is just units. Please don't put another squared. We don't need that. If the length of the rectangle is 6x to the 3rd, y to the 4th yards, which expression represents the width? Now, guys, you have to know the formula for area is area equals length times width. You have to know that. That's not on any formula chart. Now I'm going to plug in what I know. The area is 54x to the 9th, y to the 8th, equals, they gave me my length, 6x to the 3rd, y to the 4th, times w. Now to get w by itself, what's the opposite of multiplication? Well, that should be division. And what I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So this all goes away. And w equals whatever this division is. Now, to divide, we divide our big numbers. So 54 divided by 6 is 9. And then we subtract our exponents. 9 minus 3 is 6. 8 minus 4 is 4. So our answer is H. Okay, let's look at this next one. The amount of fertilizer in a landscaping company's warehouse decreases at a rate of 3% per week. The amount of fertilizer in the warehouse was originally 78,000 cubic yards. Which function models the amount of fertilizer in cubic yards left after W weeks? So we're going to write it in the y equals A, parentheses, B to the power of x. A is my starting value. And this started, it said originally was 78,000. So I can go ahead automatically and cross off A and B, gone, because they don't have the starting value in the right spot. Now I'm going to look at my rate. And it said 3% and it's decreasing. So that's going to be 1 minus, now remember, this 3% you need to turn into a decimal. So it's 1 minus 0.03 raised to the w, or x, whichever variable you want to use. Now 1 minus 0.03, if you do that in your handy-dandy calculator, comes out to 0.97, which matches right up with C. Okay? Alright, now our favorite favorite sign of problem is our factoring. But this, guys, is a calculator skill all the way. So what you're going to do, if you want to do the box because you're just that extra, you go right ahead. But I'm going to use my calculator. It's a little less brain work. 18x squared minus 15x plus 2. And now, they didn't give me both, but they gave me one. 3x minus 2. And I'm going to see, do they have the same x-intercept on my graph? So there's my original. There's my linear. It does match up. And I know it's super hard to see. So I'm going to go verify on my table. Where y is 0. Ooh, see, they don't. So let's keep looking. Let's try that again. 9x minus 1. Let's look at my graph again. That may, but let's look at my table. Again, where y is 0, I'm looking for my x value, and I can't see that they match up, but they may. So let's look again. X minus 2. Let's see if I see anything that's a little bit more concrete, and then we'll go back to the calculator and we'll show you the trace. So that's clearly not even close. Gotta go. Let's try that last one, and then we'll go look at A and B again, because, man, they were really close. And I'm going to show you another tool to use. Boy, that looks like it, too. So to do this, we're going to hit trace. And we're going to go around. And I don't see where they match up. I don't see where they hit 0. So we're going to try this again, and we're going to go to the first one. 3x minus 2, and I graph it. Maybe if we zoom in. So zoom in, and let's zoom in. Now maybe we can see. Ooh, that looks a lot better, huh? Oop, automatic A. Let's double check with our zoomed in if B was the wrong answer. 9x minus 1, we're going to look at that graph again. And now that we're zoomed in, we can definitely tell that is not 1. Okay? So your correct answer is A. And if it's too tight, go ahead and zoom in, number 2, and you'll hit enter, and that'll get you back to this zoomed in graph.